So, when I say the word core, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably your abs, right? That six-pack? But what if I told you the real powerhouse of your core is actually in your back? That it all comes down to a crucial partnership between two muscles you might not even know you have. Let's dive in.
So in this explainer, we're going to uncover your core's hidden pillars. We'll meet the big mover and the precise stabilizer, see how they're supposed to work together, and then we'll zoom out to see the whole picture, the complete 360-degree core.
I mean, we are so focused on the front, aren't we? But the real secret to a stable, pain-free spine is this dynamic duo in the back. Think of them as the two main characters in our story today. One is the obvious hero, the one that gets all the attention for its strength. And the other? Well, that's the unsung hero of control.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the core's hidden pillars. To really get this powerhouse partnership, I want you to imagine your spine as a tall tower. These two muscles are basically the pillars and the cables that hold that tower upright against the constant pull of gravity. But as we're about to see, they do very, very different jobs.
And to understand that, we need this one key concept, the difference between global movers and local stabilizers. Movers are the big muscles right under the skin that create large movements, like bending over to pick something up. Stabilizers, on the other hand, are the deep, smaller muscles whose whole job is to fine-tune and protect individual joints from shifting around. One creates the power, the other provides the control.
All right, let's meet our global mover first, the erector spina. This is the muscle group you can actually feel running along your spine. It's our obvious hero of back strength.
And just like its name suggests, the erector spinae's main job is to erect the spine, to straighten it. It's the engine that pulls you upright and lets you arch your back. It is absolutely designed for power and for big sweeping movements. These are long, powerful muscles that run like pillars all the way from your pelvis up to your neck. They're what fire up when you lift your chest off the floor in a yoga or Pilates swan pose. But here's the thing, their strength is also their potential weakness. Because they're so powerful, they have a tendency to take over and get overused.
And that overuse leads straight to this, lumbar hyperextension, or just an excessive arch in your lower back. When the erector spinae works all by itself, without any backup from its partner, it can literally yank on the lower spine, causing compression, strain, and eventually pain. See, power without control is actually dangerous.
So who provides that control? Well, let's meet our second character, the multifidus. This is the deep, subtle, and absolutely essential unsung hero of your core.
Now, unlike the long erector spine, the multifidus is totally different. It's a series of short, thick muscles lying deep right up against the spine. They don't create big movements at all. Instead, they act like these tiny, intelligent cables, connecting individual vertebrae and giving you micro-stability, one segment at a time. Now, the multifidus has this incredible special skill called feed-forward activation, and this is what makes it so important. See, these deep little cables don't just react to movement, they anticipate it. They are the ultimate protectors of your spine. Okay, here's how that works. Check this out. Before you even lift your arm, your brain sends a signal. And the very first thing that happens, we're talking milliseconds before your arm muscle even twitches, is your multifidus fires up to lock down your spinal segments. Only then, once the spine is secure, does your arm move. This prevents your spine from shifting or getting hurt. And here's the kicker. Research shows that in people with chronic low back pain, this timing is delayed. The stabilizer is late for its job. So we have the mover and we have the stabilizer. One provides the raw power, the other provides the precision. Now let's see how this perfect partnership is actually supposed to work. So let's just compare them side by side. You've got the erector spinae, a global mover, creating those big extension movements. And then you have the multifidus, a local stabilizer, providing that micro-stability. Now the goal isn't to stop using the big, powerful erector spinae. Of course not. It's to use its power intelligently, after the multifidus has already done its job of protecting the spine.
Here's a fantastic way to think about it. If your spine is a tower of bricks, the multifidus is like the strong cement holding each individual brick perfectly in place. The erector spine, that's the big external support beam holding the whole tower up. Now, if that cement between the bricks is weak, pulling on the support beam is just going to crumble the tower, right?
Or how about this one? Think of a giant crane.
The erector spinae is the huge hydraulic cylinder that gives it the power to lift a heavy load. But the multifidus? It's the bolts holding each joint of the crane's arm together. Now, if those bolts are loose and you apply all that hydraulic power, you're just going to break the crane apart. The bolts have to be tight before the power is applied.
Okay, this partnership in the back is amazing, but it's only half the story. To truly understand core stability, we have to zoom out and complete the picture.
And this is the final piece of the puzzle. The multifidus in the back has a partner in the front, the transverse abdominis, which is your deepest abdominal muscle. When these two deep muscles, front and back, contract together, they form this incredible 360-degree corset of stability all around your spine. This is the true definition of a strong core.
So, what are the big takeaways here? First, power needs precision. Those big strength muscles are basically useless without the deep stabilizers. Second, sequence is everything. Your deep core has to turn on before you move your arms or legs. And finally, a true core isn't just about abs. It's a 360-degree system where the deep muscles in the front and back work in perfect harmony.
And that really leaves us with a final question to think about. When you approach your own fitness or training, are you just building the big, powerful muscles, or are you also training the deep, intelligent system that provides true, lasting stability and control?